I'm Sebastian, and this is Mrs. Mann's class, and I'm reading Three Hens and a Peacock, written by Laminack. Things were quiet on the old Tucker's farm. The cows were chewed their cud, the hens clucked and pecked, and they laid their eggs. The old hen stretched out on the porch, watching and listening. Once in a while, something would stop by, tomatoes or corn, perhaps oats of milk. Nothing unusual happened there until that peacock showed up. The cows and hens and the old hound kept right on doing what they'd always done, but the peacock had never lived on a farm. He had no idea what to do. So he spread his fancy feathers and set to shrieking. Eventually, the peacock wandered down the road. When cars whizzed by, he shook his feathers and cried out with the loudest voice. Of course, folks stopped for a closer look. Day after day, more folks stopped to admire the peacocks, and they all bought tomatoes and corn and eggs and milk. Business on the Tucker's farm was booming. Everyone seemed happy to have visitors stopping by. But trouble was brewing in the hen house. The hens were squawking and clucking, flapping their wings. Why do we do all the work around here? I'd like to see that peacock lay one single egg. Exactly, he just struts around and screaming. I suppose fancy feathers are more important than laying eggs. The peacock had heard every word. 4 days she moped about, moaning and groaning. I wish I could be more useful around here. Humph, clucked one hen. The others ruffled their feathers. The old hound stretched slowly, raised his head. Why not let the peacock stay here and be useful while you hens take glamorous job down by the road? Three hens began clucking to another. What a wonderful plan. Yes, it's a fabulous idea. Oh, ladies, we simply must fancy up our feathers tonight, and nothing but our brightest beds, bangles, and bows. We'll stop traffic for sure. Why, you girls know I can strut with the best of them. Once the peacock perked up. Let's do it, he declared. Tomorrow I'll stay here, sit on the nest, and cluck. And I will get all gussied up, said the hens. It'll be so glamorous. At sunrise the next morning, the hens strutted down to the road. The peacock marched right into the hen house and poked his head in. The hens flocked by the road, waiting for a car. When they saw one approach, they clucked and squawked and flapped their wings in a flurry of feathers. But even the car whizzed right by. The peacock stuck his tummy and wiggled from left to right, trying to squeeze through the tiny hen house door. His front half was in, but his back half was out. Down by the road, those hens tried every chicken trick they knew. Still no car stopped. Finally, the peacock made it into the hen house. He held his breath and pushed with all his might, but no matter how hard he tried, he could not lay one single egg. Not one. The old hound stretched out on the porch, watching and listening. "What's that peacock doing in the hen house?" asked Farmer Ducker. "Who knows?" said Mr. Ducker. "And what are those hens doing down by the road? Not one of them is up here laying eggs." "Well, the way things are going, we won't likely have anyone buying eggs today," said Farmer Tucker. "We need that peacock down there stopping cars." When the peacock heard that, he smiled the biggest smile you ever saw on bird's beak. "I am helping," he thought. He scrambled back and forth until he popped out of the cramped hen house. Then he trotted off to find the hens. The exhausted hens were all clucked out. Every feather was out of place. "What a day! We couldn't get one car to stop." It's true, why most of them didn't even slow down. The peacock met the hens as they trudged up the road. "I can tell you, I'm not no good at laying eggs," he said. "I'm just not meant for it." One hen nodded. "I put my stellar strut, and I couldn't stop a single car," she said. "I have to hand it to you, Fancy Feathers. Your job is harder than it looks." The other hens agreed. The peacock looked relieved. So the hens marched back to the hen house. Peacock strutted down the road. The old hound stretched out on the porch, watching and listening, and things went quiet again on the Tucker's farm. This book is Three Hens and a Peacock, and it's all quiet until a peacock shows up, and he stops all the cars because of his pretty feathers. And then the hens are mad because they have to do all the work. And then they switch places because the hound says so. And then the hens try every chicken trick they know. And the peacock can't even lay one egg. And then they switch back again because they're all exhausted. And the peacock can barely even squeeze out, and he couldn't even barely could squeeze in either. And then they switched places, and then it was quiet again, and then at the end another box falls off a truck, and I don't know what that one was. Bye.